Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. In the previous lecture, we actually studied about the pipette method, that was one of the method for sedimentation analysis of the soil. In this particular lecture, we are going to study about the hydrometer. And yes, hydrometer method is actually an easier method than the pipette method. So what is hydrometer? First of all, let us understand that what is hydrometer. Actually, hydrometer is an instrument that is used to calculate the specific gravity, that is used to determine the specific gravity of any layer of the liquid. Specific gravity of any layer of liquid. Now please understand here that if I am talking about a particular tub in which I have actually mixed the soil solids, and the soil solids are getting settled gradually. So obviously, as these particles are getting settled in this tub, if we move from top layer to the down layer, what I can observe that the specific gravity of the layer will keep on increasing. Why? The reason is that in the lower layer more concentration of solids will be present, even of the bigger solids, whereas in the top layer the concentration of solids will be the minimum. So what I can see here, that the concentration of solids in a tub, in a solution tub, what I can see that concentration of solids will decrease with depth of the water, and yes, in the pipette method we actually tried to calculate the concentration of solids in a particular layer. So I can also say that the specific gravity of a particular layer will be nothing but that will be directly proportional to the concentration of solids. Yes or no? If solids are more, then the specific gravity of that layer of liquid will also be more. And yes, I can actually calculate the specific gravity of layer that by using hydrometer. So that is how actually hydrometer helps us. Now what is hydrometer? Actually it is nothing but it looks similar to that of thermometer, and this have a particular head. This head is having a bottom of some heavy metal like lead. So this is the head of heavy metals like lead, whereas here you will see some markings. So these are some markings, and let us suppose that this is 0, and above that you will see that this is 995, and here you will see that is 1030. Actually this is nothing but this is gram per centimeter cube. But see here, the reading is not actually mentioned directly in terms of the specific gravity or density. Actually that is mentioned in terms of some markings like -5, +5, +10, +15, +20, +30. So this is actually the reading of a hydrometer, and from here what you can see that the reading of hydrometer is related to the density of that particular layer of the liquid, and it is actually related as rho minus rho w into 1000, or it can also be written down as equals to be, see, this can also be written as the specific gravity of that particular liquid layer -1 into rho of water into 1000. So this is actually the meaning of reading of hydrometer, and that's why I said that this actually hydrometer is used to determine the specific gravity of any layer of the liquid. Now here also understand that by using the reading of hydrometer you can simply get the value of percentage finer of any particular layer as capital G by G minus 1 into reading of hydrometer divided by 1000 into capital V upon MS into 100. That 100 is for the percentage. But what is this formula? You can here see that what is reading of hydrometer, that I have already told you, that you will observe. What is capital V? That is the total volume of a solution. So generally this volume of solution is taken as equals to be 1000 ml, whereas what is capital MS? That is the total mass of dry soil that is mixed in the tub, whereas the capital G is nothing but that is the specific gravity of soil solids. Also remember here that this is the specific gravity of soil solids, whereas here I have actually used the specific gravity of that particular layer of liquid. So that is the specific gravity of layer of liquid, not the soil solids. So both capital G are different, and yes, for exams or for the numerical solution you have to remember this formula. And yes, even this formula can also be derived, but that derivation is not important for us right now. So what are the questions that can be asked from this hydrometer? That why this hydrometer method is used? That is for the particle size distribution of the fine grained soil. So that is fine grained soil particle size analysis. That is the use of this particular method. What is the second question that can be asked to you? That what is hydrometer method? What is the reading of hydrometer? So please remember that as you move up, the reading of hydrometer is actually decreasing, not like thermometer. In thermometer, what you see, that here is the 0, and as you move up, the temperature keeps on increasing. But here, reading of hydrometer is actually decreasing. And how this reading of hydrometer is related with the density of the liquid, that you should remember here. And finally, the formula of the percentage finer of a particular layer. Yes, what is percentage N? That is the percent finer of observed layer solid. And what is the observed layer solid? That is nothing but that is the solid having a settling velocity equals to be h by t. So after how much time you are observing the liquid layer and at what depth you are observing, that will define that what solid you are going to observe there. So that's all about the hydrometer method. But yes, there are some corrections that we do for the hydrometer method also, that we are going to study in our next lecture. But before that, please understand there are some assumptions. Now in this lecture I am going to tell you that what are the assumptions for the sedimentation analysis. What are the assumptions in sedimentation analysis? So as we actually used a formula that I derived in the first lecture related to the sedimentation analysis, and that was nothing but that was Vs is equals to be G minus 1 into gamma W into D square divided by 18 mu. And I hope you remember that this formula was actually derived using Stokes' law. Yes or no? So from here, first of all, the first observation is that all soil solids are assumed to be spherical. Which may or may not be spherical, yes or no. Next, I am also assuming that all soil solids are individual. We are assuming that there is no groupism. So all soil solids are individually settling. They are not forming any group. So there is no flocculation while settling. Fine. Now after that, what I am assuming that the size of solid, that is capital D, is less than 0.2 mm for Stokes' law to be applicable. And actually Stokes' law is applicable for laminar flow settling. So here we are assuming that the flow is laminar across the settling object. Now also we have assumed that solids have attained a terminal velocity, have attained a constant terminal velocity. But yes, it is also possible that gradually the velocity of settling will keep on decreasing, a constant terminal velocity. So this is again our assumption that as soon as we stop mixing and particles start settling, their velocity become equals to be the terminal velocity, and that will remain constant. So that is again our assumption. Next, we are assuming that there is no hindrance, there is no hindrance in settlement of one particle, in hindrance in settlement of one particle from other particles, of one particle from surrounding particles, from other particles. We are assuming that the concentration of solids is so less that if one particle is settling, then the effect of presence of other particle is not there. So that is again our assumption. Next, sixth, what is the sixth one? That there is no Brownian motion. See, what is Brownian motion? That is the random motion of small particles. Okay, but what we are assuming that there is no Brownian motion, and if I am assuming that there is no Brownian motion, that means the size of particles should be more than 0.2 micron. So the size of particles should not be very, very small. So these are the assumptions here that you should remember, because hydrometer method or your pipette method are actually based on these assumptions. And yes, those assumptions can be asked either in your viva or in an interview or in your examination also. So that's all for this lecture. In our next lecture, we are going to understand that what are the corrections or adjustments that you do while performing the hydrometer method for the sedimentation analysis. So we will meet again. Till then, keep learning, keep growing.